What's up, YouTube? Back to my Corolla 2022, and today I am celebrating 13,000 miles of ownership of this vehicle. Yes, I owned this car for less than 2 months. I bought it in June, and because I do work for Uber Lyft, yep, I put 13,000 miles, and they were joy. I enjoyed every single mile of these 13,000, no issues, beautiful car, and I'm gonna continue making those intervals and see the legendary Toyota Camry, Corolla. But today is not gonna be about that. I'm gonna talk about things I don't like about this car, and let's get started. Let's shut it off now. Okay, I'm gonna start from the outside. As you guys can see, this vehicle. So I'm gonna start for first thing I don't like about these is the price. Number one is the vehicle price. So if you are buying the same spec Toyota Corolla SE with the red badge in the back, with these massive wheels and the same spec, exactly the same, with the automatic transmission, you are paying almost $1,000 less. Hear me out again. I did not make that mistake. I know it sounds like a mistake. No, if you buy a manual Corolla is $1,000 more expensive than an automatic. So keep that in mind. I didn't know that. So this is about $23,500. The automatic is about $22 something. And some dealership are slick enough to try to sell you the automatic price of the manual. So keep that in mind and keep that distinguished. And I know it makes zero sense to me. Why would a car that costs less to produce, like a manual car, should cost more than an automatic? An automatic costs more, and actually there's a lot of functionalities that you can actually use in the car is made for the automatic. They literally gave no thoughts for the manual. It's just kind of like as a second thought. The manual was like a second thought. It costs less to make, and it sells for more money. I just don't get that. So number big one con, you're spending $1,000 more to get a manual. And by the way, you can't get the L model anymore. So there's no base model with a manual. There's no standard. They still call it standard, but it's nothing standard about it. You have to up at least for this, for the SE or above. So that's the number one con that I absolutely can't stand about this. So number two, it gotta be these beautiful wheels. Yep, they say beauty hurts. Absolutely. Here is, maybe I kind of talked so much about them last time, and here I had a flat tire in the front one, which I'd rotate them to the back, and $140. I'm not sure if that was because of a pothole. I did hit a pothole, and it wasn't pretty, and the damage was on the side, since these tires actually barely have any sidewall. Nothing on the right quality. These are actual 18-inch, yeah, and the sidewall is very, like, it's got a tiny sidewall. So I don't know, the right quality, nothing to complain about, as long as you're not going in a super pothole capital cities, like, let's say if you are in the Midwest or Northeast. I personally wouldn't get this car with these rims. Neither would I get the XSE from like the Camry XSE. I wouldn't probably get that. And And those days where you just pop into a tire shop and just get a tire for 30 bucks and just you get to go, those are long gone. Most likely whenever you get a flat tire, you are going to require a new tire. So keep that in mind. Which, I mean, you're paying for the looks and nothing wrong with that. If you like them, you like them. Personally, if you're doing Uber or you live in Midwest, I personally wouldn't get them, but it's up to you. It's a personal choice. So tire might run you close to 140. Another thing that I actually was a little bit disappointed about is this. As you can see, you're probably gonna get what I'm hitting at. See, the car kinda, yep, you probably guessed it. No remote start for this because it's a manual. So not just you paying more, you're getting less features. You're not just paying more to get a manual, you actually get less features. Has this been the automatic Corolla, you would have gotten a remote start come standards with it. And as you guys noticed, the car kind of tried to start and they're like, oops, nope, I'm a manual, I'm not gonna start. So basically the manual's more or less is the second thought. It's just they slap it in, there's no modification, they don't care really about the manual drivers. So keep that in mind. And another one I probably forgot to mention is these. And I probably mentioned that before. Those lights that looks like a fog light, they're actually not a fog light, neither a daytime running light, which it's a little bit disappointing. Not a big of a deal, but like you see, they are on. At first I thought they have like some sensors and they only come on at night. Nope, they're actually on, but they are so dim that you barely can tell they're on. So from a distance and a direct daylight, sun daylight, you barely can actually tell they're on. So what I do is what I do best, keep them off. And the probably last but not least is listen to this. Like seriously, these cars, like the Camry and the Highlander and the Sequoia, they share the same horn, except for the Corolla. They have one sounds like this. Come on now. Now from the outside, I think I covered it all. From the inside, let's see what else we can complain about here. The e-brake, absolutely, it's annoying. That doesn't have an e-brake, but this technology is about it gets the job done, not gonna lie. Like, it's got the hill assist, it's very easy manual. I'm gonna do a driving impression for this car, and it takes a little while. You get used to it, you actually love it. The clutch is very light. Not much to complain about inside the vehicle. Besides, the car has absolutely no cigarette lighter. You know, as a Uber, Lyft, whatever driver. And the modern life now, everybody has 5 phones and 3 GPSs and batteries need to be charged. The car has this. That's it. No cigarette lighter. Just this. And as soon, like, I can't even plug my phone to it, because as soon as you do this, it thinks, or my camera to it, because it goes on things like it connects to the system over here, and it's annoying. And that's it. I was like, are you serious, man? Like, no more. But again, you're paying $25,000, about $24,000, let's say, with dealer BS, about 25. So it's on the cheap side. So it has everything here. Look, that's what it got. The cigarette lighter and the useless, of course, C-port in here, which they should have done it backwards. I think this should have gone here, and the cigarette lighter should have gone there. Yeah, this, and beside that, it's pretty comfortable. And finally is this freaking thing in the back. It's so annoying. I keep it buckled in. So yeah, it does have a back seat tensioner, which is the world's most annoying seatbelt tensioner. If nobody buckles up in the back, fine, we're good. One buckles in, the rest of the seats has to buckle in, or the buzzer will go off. And that's probably not too bad, but the bad part is if somebody sits over here, buckles in, for some reason you have to buckle in the middle one, because it will buzz. For some reason, this is an imaginary person, this is his devil, I don't know, but it's freaking annoying. So I always keep them buckled in like this. If somebody sits here and sits here, buckle in, one of them buckle in, this one has to buckle in. So it's pretty annoying. I don't know if it's a defect in my car, and I don't know, but that's how it is. With the seatbelt tensioner, they are pretty annoying. Beside that, I really can't think of anything. It's a very enjoyable car. It is cheap, but nothing cheap about it. Not the way it drives, not the way it feels. It's an incredible vehicle. I do not regret it, not even a bit. But those few things that I wish I knew before I bought the car, I would have used them as like a bargaining chip to buy the car. It's like, look, I'm buying a manual car that most likely you're gonna lose selling it, since America don't drive manual and nobody wants the manual. And this is not a collectible car. This is not a Type R. This is not a SI. It's a Corolla manual, which is just known for reliability. That's it. It's not known to be a sporty car. It's not a STI. It's not. So it's not a bad thing about this car, but in my opinion, manual shouldn't be more expensive than automatic. Because here, like, if you have the automatic, you have those nice features like the radar. It's got adaptive cruise control, very useful. Like, honestly, you can drive it in traffic, set the speed, and it will go to stop, like in a stop and go traffic. It's incredible to have. The base model of this, the LE, which is $20,000 car, which is almost $4,000 cheaper than this one, comes with a stop and start. Like, literally in a traffic, you can just set the speed limit. Yeah, it's not going to be as robust and quick. It's kind of like robotic and slow as you drive it down the road, but you can literally set the speed and it goes and stop and goes, and like, you don't need to use the pedal, and it's very comfortable and useful. It's got this adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist. It's the lane keeping assist, forget it. But the adaptive cruise control is incredible. Like, tried it in different weather conditions. At night it works perfect. It's awesome. It's actually way more functional together with the automatic than it is with the manual. Like, there's nothing they're doing here to make the car special for a manual driver. You're paying also, not just that, you're also paying $1,000 more, and most likely you're gonna sell it for less because it's a manual. Nobody knows how to drive a manual, and this is not a specialty car. So it's a good thing to keep these things in mind. Other than that, I love this car, and I have zero plans to sell it or anything. And I'm gonna keep, if you guys have any question about the car, just let me know in the comment below. And thank you guys for watching. See you next time.